Traffic has returned to normal on the N4 towards the Lebombo port of entry with Mozambique in Komatipoort out in Mpumalanga. The Border Management Authority says Sunday was their busiest day since the start of the festive season, and they've processed thousands of travelers and hundreds of trucks. Well, our reporter Tumelo Machogo is at the Lebombo Border Gate and joins us now for an update. Tumelo, start by giving us the exact number of travelers that have been crossing the Lebombo port of entry since Sunday and the current traffic on the road and the border.
Well, indeed, the Border Management Authority gave us an update earlier today saying that about 26,000, more than 26,000 rather, Mozambique Nationals have actually crossed on Sunday, meaning that was their biggest number yet since the festive season started. They've been recording, on Saturday they recorded about 25,000 people that crossed into Mozambique, and they've been recording a number of people, including around 17,000 to 20,000 daily since the start of the festive season. But they're saying that their biggest number was Sunday, when they had about more than 25,000 people traveling into Mozambique. We've seen yesterday there were a lot of trucks on the road and also a lot of people also on the road. They also said that they managed to actually also process about 600 trucks going into Mozambique to start offloading, and about 100 that came back from Mozambique since yesterday. So you can imagine those were the numbers yesterday, but today they're saying that in the morning, around about 12 o'clock, by 12 o'clock, they have only received about 1,000 people that were traveling into Mozambique. So it's been a very quiet day here at the border, and it seems like it's also quiet also on the N4 towards the Lebombo Border Gate. We've only seen about trucks that are queuing for about 7 kilometers, but most of these trucks don't want to cross into Mozambique.
Good to hear, Tumelo. Now, as you heard in my intro, there also mentioned the fact that we are expecting the Constitutional Council to give a decision on the outcome of the election results. So what are Mozambique Nationals saying as you're chatting to them as they move between the border?
Well, let me start with South African, especially truck drivers that they say they don't want to cross. They're saying that they've been communicating with some of the truck drivers that have already crossed into Mozambique, and saying that there was a bit of a protest last night around 1 o'clock, saying that one of the trucks was also damaged and coming into the country. So they're saying that they don't want to cross because they don't know the eventuality, what might happen after that announcement is made at 3 o'clock, Alicia. So they're saying that they don't want to cross into Mozambique, especially those truck drivers. Some of them, they're here at the border. We've spoken to them at the border, saying they don't even mind to stay here until Christmas if it means that they have to stay here until Christmas. So they will stay here with the trucks, or they will have to return back to base with their trucks. Mozambique Nationals that we managed to speak to, because most of them don't want to speak to us on camera. They've been saying that they don't want to speak to us on camera. But some of them that we've managed to speak to, they're saying that, you know, they want to go to Mozambique. They want to listen to that announcement, because they're saying that their president, which is Valencio Mondlane, which is the opposition, is their president, and their president said they must be in their country, and also they must be there to ensure that there will be a shutdown, if there will be a shutdown, depending on the result that the Constitutional Council is expected to give.
And with that in mind, I mean, Tumelo, what is the BMA saying? What would they do should, of course, the border have to close?
Well, indeed, the Border Management Authority on Saturday, they actually took us to Mpumalanga Border Gate, where they're saying that that is going to be an alternative in case the protesters or the protests erupt on the other side of the country. Because you remember, they've been saying that if they want to protest, they'll be protesting and they will come closer to the border, and they want to shut down the border, which is the biggest border and which is the border that is actually being used by cargo. So they are in previous occasions, they have used trucks actually to blockade the road in Mozambique. So they know that this road is very busy with trucks, and if they want to protest, and they would likely to use trucks to blockade the road. That's why truck drivers don't want to get into Mozambique, because they don't want to be blocked, or they don't want to be in that country. So they are saying that, you know, if there is a protest on the other side, they have public order police that will be deployed here at the Lebombo border gate, but also Mozambique nationals that want to cross into the border. If the border gets closed, they will have to use Mananga border gate, which is about 60 kilometers from this border gate. So they say that they can go into Mananga, which goes into the Kingdom of Eswatini, and then they will have to use another border called Nangashe, which is on the other side between the Kingdom of Eswatini and Mozambique. So they're saying that border is ready for people, but they are advising cargo not to go into that border because that border is a very small border line. Cargo can still go there, but they are advising that cargo must not go into that border. Rather, cargo come to this border. If then there is a protest, then they can shut down the border, and then the cargo can go in once the protest is over on the other side, if there is a protest.
Tumelo, thank you so much for that comprehensive report. We're certainly going to be keeping tabs on that story. That is our reporter, Tumelo Machogo, stationed at the Lebombo Port of Entry in Mpumalanga.